Hello, grade 5. In this audio, I'm going to explain lesson 2, Greece. This is part 1 in lesson 2, Greece. What is Greece? Greece is located in southern Europe. Greece is located where? In southern Europe. Greece is located in southern Europe on the Balkan Peninsula. What's meant by peninsula? Peninsula is an area of land and surrounded by water from three sides only. Peninsula is an area of land that is surrounded by water from three sides only. So Greece is located where? In southern Europe, on the Balkan Peninsula. It's the birthplace of democracy. What's meant by democracy? Democracy means how people choose their leader or give people right to choose their leaders. Okay, give the people right to choose their leaders. The ancient Greek culture has had enormous influence in the fields of literature, art, philosophy, science, sports, and politics. Let's explain this point. The ancient Greek culture, the old Greek country has had big effect in what? Enormous influence means big or great effect in the fields of literature, in the fields of arts, philosophy, science, sports, and politics. Okay? Tourists visit Greece. Why? Why many people want to visit Greece? For its location, geography, beauty, rich history, warm climate, and warm climate throughout the year. So many people want to visit Greece for its number one location, geography, beauty, rich history, and last one, warm climate throughout the year. Greece is a single country of almost 1,500 islands. So, if you go to Greece, you can find a lot of islands. Greece is a single country of almost 1,500 islands. It's very important, this number, 1,500 islands. Greece has the longest coastlines of any European country. Greece has the longest coastlines. Coastlines means beach lines. Beach lines of any European country, okay? Let's move to the borders of Greece. What are the borders of Greece from the north, south, east, west? From the north, Bulgaria, Macedonia, Albania, from the north, but from the south, Mediterranean Sea. From the south, Mediterranean Sea. From the east, Turkey. From the west, Ionian Sea. From the west, Ionian Sea. Can we say them together? Greece is bounded by Bulgaria, Macedonia, Albania. Bulgaria, Macedonia, Albania from the north, but from the south, Mediterranean Sea. From the east, Turkey. From the west, Ionian Sea. Let's move to the physical features of Greece. If I ask you, tell me the physical features of Greece, you can say, or you can answer mountains and forests, 2 volcanoes, 3 islands, 4 Peloponnese Peninsula. So how many physical features in Greece? 4 mountains and forests, volcanoes, islands, and the last one, Peloponnese Peninsula. Number 1, mountains and forests. The Greek mainland is rugged. The Greek mainland is rugged. Rugged means hard. So the Greek land is hard. The Greek land is hard or rugged with many mountains, lakes, and forests. So the Greek mainland or the Greek land is hard or rugged with many mountains, lakes, and forests. Greek mainland is what? Is rugged. Rugged means hard with many mountains, lakes, and forests. The mountains of Dinaric Alps are very high and stretch south from Albania and Macedonia. The mountains of Dinaric Alps are very high and stretch south from Albania and Macedonia. These mountain ranges have many lakes and rivers. So the Dinaric Alps have many lakes and rivers. The Dinaric Alps is a mountain range, and this mountain range has a lot of lakes and rivers. Dinaric Alps is a mountain range and has a lot of lakes and rivers. Dinaric Alps, okay? The Rhodope Mountain, number one. If I ask you, tell me the mountains in Greece, you can tell me Dinaric Alps. Number one, Dinaric Alps. Number two, Rhodope Mountain Range. Rhodope Mountain Range. Rhodope Mountain, Dinaric Alps. Number one. Number two, Rhodope Mountain Range. The Rhodope Mountain Range extends from the north to the south. From the north to the south with heavy forests. This is the Rhodope Mountain. But the Mount Olympus. Mount Olympus is the highest and most famous mountain in Greece. The Mount Olympus is the highest and most famous mountain in Greece. If I ask you, tell me the most famous mountain in Greece, the highest and most famous is the mountain Olympus. Okay, so the Mount Olympus is the highest and most famous mountain in Greece, which is the Olympus range between Thessaly and Macedonia. Skip these countries, but you have to know that the Mount Olympus is the highest and the most famous mountain in Greece. Okay. The Pendes Mountains. Pendes Mountains are also home to wooded areas. Pendes Mountains are also home to what? To wooded areas, and occupy the western half of the country. The Pendes Mountains are also home to wooded areas and occupy the western half of the country. Most of Greece used to be covered in forests. So let's revise together, please. What are the famous mountains in Greece? Number one, Dinaric Alps. Dinaric Alps. Two, Rhodope Mountain range. Three, Mount Olympus. Okay, and number four, Pendes Mountains. These are the famous mountains in Greece. Most of Greece used to be covered in forests. It's very important, this point. Most of Greece used to be covered in forests. So you can find a lot of forests in Greece. Let's move to another point or another physical feature, volcanoes. Greece is also home to ancient volcanoes. Some of these volcanoes are found on the islands of Milas and Santorini. So Milas and Santorini are islands of volcanoes. Milas and Santorini are islands of volcanoes. When the volcano erupts or bursts, it releases what? It releases burning gases, rocks, and smoke high into the air. When the volcano erupts or bursts, it releases burning gases, rocks, and smoke high into the air. Let's say it together. When the volcano erupts or bursts, it releases what? It releases burning gases, rocks, and smoke high into the air. Living near an active volcano can be very dangerous. Can you live beside a volcano? No, it's very dangerous to live in those areas. So living near an active volcano can be very dangerous. Okay, let's move to the islands in Greece. The largest two islands of Greece are Crete to the south and Evia on the east coast. So the largest two islands of Greece, Crete to the south, and Evia on the east Evia on the east coast. Evia on the east coast. So if I ask you, tell me the famous islands in Greece, you can tell me Crete. And where is Crete? In the south. And Evia, where is Evia? In the east. In the east coast. Okay? Let's move to the last physical feature of Greece, Peloponnese Peninsula. I told you before that peninsula is an area of land that surrounded by water from three sides only. And it's different from the island because island is an area of land and surrounded by water from all the sides. Peloponnese Peninsula is marginally and very isolated. What's meant by marginally? Marginally means very small. It's a very small peninsula. And isolated from the rest of the land. Isolated, it means it's you can't find any people in that peninsula. So the Peloponnese Peninsula is marginally very small. Marginally means a very small peninsula, and it's isolated. You can't find any people living in that place. This waterway is mainly used for shipping and transportation. This waterway is mainly used for what? For shipping and transportation. Okay, thank you guys. Goodbye.